Hi, I choose to challenge myself in relation to the support I give to women going through a phase in their life known as the perimenopause or menopause. This is a moment in women's lives which is seldom understood or discussed and rarely fully supported in the workplace. I challenge myself to do everything I can in my work at GBSLEP and in other areas of my life to provide support for women at this crucial moment in their lives. Thank you.
On International Women's Day, I choose to challenge unconscious gender stereotyping that position women as there to support and assist. We should all support and assist each other equally.
I choose to challenge because I want an inclusive world now and into the future. So I'll continue to call out gender bias and inequalities, however uncomfortable that might be for others.
I choose to challenge women with dyslexia to pursue their career. I've not let dyslexia be my barrier. I've pursued on through a degree at Loughborough University in management science and a postgraduate in HR. And now I'm a senior policy officer for GBSLEP. Don't let your dyslexia be a barrier for you.
I choose to challenge the underrepresentation of women at senior level by championing and supporting our local SME leaders.
Hi, my name's Louise Brooke-Smith. I choose to challenge organisations that continue to fail to address outdated attitudes and cultural practice that don't reflect true diversity and inclusion. We've come a long way on the EDI journey, and we don't need old-fashioned attitudes holding back the speed of change. Thanks.
I choose to challenge an old culture that made women feel like they're in competition with each other by creating opportunities, by celebrating the talents and the achievements of women around me, and by promising to never pull the ladder up behind me.
I choose to challenge gender inequality in my own cultural society. This can be achieved by encouraging a shift in pre-programmed mindsets and internalised beliefs, by guiding women to be leaders of tomorrow and carving a place, position and role in society, by reminding women to realise their full potential without any limitations. This can also be done by praising and supporting one another on our intelligence, strength and leadership and so much more. And I think if we all attempted to change at least one mindset, can you imagine the difference this would make worldwide? Thank you.
I read recently that women still say that getting their work-life balance right is the toughest challenge in the workplace. Balancing childcare, caring responsibilities and running a home should not be a stressful add-on to a working day, and the last 12 months has shown that flexibility is not just possible, it's essential. So I choose to challenge why so many jobs have to be done Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
I choose to challenge the underrepresentation of women in STEM by encouraging girls to take a science subject and highlighting careers that are open to them.
Over 1 billion women worldwide do not have legal protection against domestic violence and abuse and domestic economic violence. I choose to challenge world leaders to improve the protection of women, to ensure the right protection is afforded them legally, financially, practically and emotionally, to ensure their long-term safety, financial security and mental health is prioritised.
In support of International Women's Day 2021, I choose to challenge gender and racial bias. I will do this by ensuring I celebrate and support and share women's successes to hopefully change the narrative for young women of the future. I choose to challenge.
I choose to call out fixed mindsets in the workplace and in society at large. It's my belief that everybody should have the opportunity to grow. And with a growth mindset, well, that creates opportunities, not just for oneself, but for others around you. So this International Women's Day, I pledge to keep that door open behind me and do what I can to increase equality, diversity and inclusion in every piece of work that I do.
I challenge the imposter syndrome in myself and in others. I challenge the implicit bias in both men and women. I challenge the stereotypes of how women ought to behave.
Hi, I'm McLaughlan, Director of the GBSLEP at GBSLEP, and I choose to challenge underrepresentation of women in business and in leadership and management generally. I firmly believe that our business world and corporate environments would be better, more effective, more efficient and more diverse places if we had equal representation of men and women. I pledge to do all that I can so that when I look around me, if I have any influence or control over the boards or groups that I serve on, then I will be asking questions about why they are not gender balanced if they are not. And I will make sure that I create the space and give all the encouragement I possibly can to ensure that the women in my organisation and around me succeed. I also want to ensure that our public interventions are assessed and delivered in such a way that we are able to reach as many women and other underrepresented groups as possible. And that's my pledge for International Women's Day.
Audre Lorde said, "I am not free whilst any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own." This International Women's Day, I choose to challenge gender discrimination in all its forms. I choose to raise awareness of gender bias and to take action for equality.
I choose to challenge the entitlement gap, something that's holding back female leaders and potential leaders from progressing. The latest research from LinkedIn and the Female Lead highlighted that 44% of women feel less entitled to pay rises and promotions. We can challenge the entitlement gap by encouraging and empowering women and all of those involved in organisational culture and leadership to have the conversations, raise the awareness of the entitlement gap and drive this cultural change.